Hello and happy birthday to all of my beautiful June Cancerian birthdays out there. Welcome to your tarot card reading for June 2024. It is a fantastic big month, everyone. June is huge. We have Jupiter now in Gemini. We have the sun through there. We've got Venus. We've got Mercury racing through. We're going to have the activation of Cancer later on. We've got Mars in Taurus. So there's going to be a lot of activity that goes on. It's going to be a fantastic month to really see progress, to see developments, to see and feel that true sense of hope that these manifestations, that this lifestyle that you are hoping to cultivate is actually and truly possible for you. So I think generally speaking, there are going to be a lot of really wonderful things that happen for the most part. And there's going to be this new sense of revival that kind of rushes through everything. So I think it's going to be a fantastic month. So as you're watching these tarot card readings, you are free to watch for either your sun, moon, or rising sign. However, when I do reference transits, probably the rising sign is going to be the most accurate in terms of house placement. So just keep that in mind. Another really quick little thing, I'm going to be starting to post really short dailies on YouTube. I've already been posting them on Instagram and TikTok, and I just really wanted to incorporate these on YouTube as well. 1 to 2 minute daily astrology, daily tarot card pulls. So if you really want to make sure that you hit those, please make sure to subscribe, hit the little bell so you get the notification every time those get posted. Those will probably get started June 1st. Okay, so just FYI on that. Also, the comprehensive readings, we go really, really in deep in these comprehensive readings every month. We get a whole second reading. So if you want to join for that, you are more than welcome. All the information on how to access those are going to be found on the pinned comment down below. I'll pin a comment there, and you can also find it in the description box too. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you all so much. I love you. Have a great month, and I'll talk to you soon. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your June reading. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. We're going to start with an animal spirit. What is it that Cancer needs to know for the month of June? Okay, this is make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. The blue heron. Okay, so this is a really powerful month. All right, now we do have Jupiter coming into Gemini end of May. And immediately as it comes in, it's going to trine with Pluto. Now, if you recall, the past couple months have been pretty eventful, specifically April. And I know we're well past April, and I'm not trying to rehash everything that happened in April, but it was very potent, okay? And then we had the Jupiter-Uranus thing conjunction, and now we have Jupiter moving into Gemini. So, I mean, everything is just like one after the next, pushing us forward. And the past is becoming more and more obsolete, right? That old chapter, that old life is becoming more and more obsolete. So when you are thinking about moving forward and you're thinking about the choices and the necessities that are demanded of you in order to create the life that you're trying to create, being potent in your own energy is a must. Being confident and having that conviction. And if the rules need to change, then the rules need to change. And sometimes they do need to change. And I think with so much change, quote unquote, in the air, a lot of people, I think people are going to get it. The people who don't get it will probably fall behind. The people who do get it will come right along with you. But like when it comes to dealing with you as a person and your boundaries and what you will and will not accept, I'm seeing so much potency. Right? And that's such a good word, I think, for Cancer right now. There is a potency. And, I feel like Cancer has hit this wall, has hit this moment in their lives that just kind of says enough. And there's maybe a little bit of the word I want to say is like a brutality to it. Like you're going to be a little bit brutal with it and just be like, this is how it's going to be. This is the new rule book. These are the new laws. If you want to be in my life, if you want to deal with me, and this is not arrogance, by the way, this is not like me, but like, it's kind of setting that thing, setting the tone. And if people have been crossing boundaries, if you've been letting people cross boundaries, if you've been allowing things to go on that, maybe you wish you really didn't. Now is the time for you to put your foot down. All right. And I kind of see that strength coming through. We have action. Yeah. Because for some reason, I feel like Cancer is in this place of like, nothing is going to be able to stop you. Like, you've determined for yourself that is where you're going. That's the amount of money you're going to make. That's the lifestyle you're going to create. That's the family you're going to have. That's the whatever you're going to do. And there is no stopping. And Gemini is going to be a very fast season. They've got a lot going on. Not only is Jupiter in there, but Mercury is going to be speeding through there. We've got Venus in there already. Now Mars is going to come into Taurus, which is going to be still really structured and maybe kind of balance things out a little bit. But I think generally speaking, Gemini season is going to be like blink and it's over. Like boom. All of a sudden it's done. It's over. So, we're going to have to kind of, I don't know, it's just going to be like this whirlwind of stuff. And I think you're going to want to take action. You're going to want to implement things. You're going to want to be doing all of these things because that creativity of Gemini, the courage and the life force energy of Gemini is going to be strong. And even though it's 12th house activity for you, so there might be a lot of private things going on. Like, I don't know how public Cancer is going to be. It's just going to be stuff going on behind the scenes. Maybe there's a lot of prep work involved. Maybe there's a lot of brainstorming, a lot of construction, a lot of strategy, a lot of finding the way and routing things out and getting things systematized and automated and whatever, all that kind of stuff. But it does probably feel like very behind the scenes. And then when we hit Cancer season, the sun comes into your sign later in the month. Then you'll be a little bit more public or open with it or whatever. But for now, I think if you need to be private, especially too with Saturn and Neptune retrograding. Now, very, very end of the month, okay, very end of June, we're going to have Saturn retrograde. Beginning of July, Neptune will retrograde. So we'll definitely feel both of those slowing down throughout June. So it's kind of like this preparatory kind of month. But there's still going to be a lot of action that takes place. And I think Cancer is going to be executing a lot of stuff. And there's going to be a lot of progress that's made. So let's see. Strength, yeah. Judgment and the Lovers. Okay. So 3 major arcana right out of the gate. So even though Jupiter is now in your 12th house, which is kind of like a hidden house kind of thing, it does not mean things are not going to be happening, because they most certainly are going to be happening. But I do see a lot of willpower. I see you actually exerting a lot. You're putting a lot into it. There's a lot of courage here. You're putting yourself out there. There's like I say, that the word for you is potency. There is no doubt about it. This is a potent month for you. And it's showing up for yourself. It's investing in yourself. It's believing in yourself. It's allowing yourself to be kind of, not allowing yourself, but like this to me feels like an epiphany for some reason. Allowing yourself to be open. I'm seeing 2 angels like right next to each other. So there does seem to be something kind of divine happening for Cancer too. I'm not saying you're going to have all the answers. And I really want to reiterate that. And I said that in Taurus season, and I knew it was going to be true for Gemini season. You're not going to have all the answers, because Gemini season is not about answers. This is about making connections with things. This is about learning. It's about developing and growing. This is a process. This is not a result type of moment. All right. This is not a full manifestation, full circle thing. We're in the beginning stages of manifestation right now. And as the sun continues on through things, but right now, like, to be receptive, to be open-minded, to be willing to have your paradigm shifted, that is going to be also a part of your superpower too. To be willing to modify your behavior, to be willing to change the way you've been doing things, because I have a feeling that you have gotten to a certain point with certain rules and certain behaviors, right? You've gotten to this place and you've hit a wall. I think a lot of people hit a wall, and that became really apparent in Aries season. And Taurus season was all about, okay, well, what are you going to do about it? And how are you going to implement that? And how are you going to get from point A to point B? And Gemini season is like, all right, let's get ourselves from point A to point B now. So there's going to start to see some movement. And when you start seeing movement, you're going to have more epiphanies. And when you have more epiphanies, you see more movement even then. And then more epiphanies and so on and so forth, back and forth. And you're going to have these small realizations. And slowly but surely, you're going to be coming up out of whatever darkness you've been in. Whatever kind of a funk or a phase or a chapter, or like maybe you're writing a whole new book. I don't know. But whatever this darkness has been, I think slowly but surely there's going to come this like light at the end of the tunnel. And you're going to start to feel that hope, and you're going to start to feel that excitement. You're going to start to feel that that dream starting to come alive. And with the Lovers card, keep in mind there are big choices ahead of you, and that you're going to have to like be kind of brutal, right? Really showing up, make a stand for what you believe in, and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. And I think maybe Cancer, you are going to have to kind of stand alone a little bit in some things. And you're going to have that conviction, like I said, and you're going to have to be able to stand firm in that belief, stand firm in that sense that it is what is right for you. And I think you'll be really, really happy if you do that. If you can do that, you'll be really happy that you do. The Lovers is also very much about communication and collaboration. So ensuring that you are associating with the right people. And I think Jupiter in Gemini is going to have a much more social component than it has for the past couple of years, especially with through Aries and Taurus. It's going to have a more social component. So associating with the right people is also going to be extremely important. Okay? Making sure that your alliances and partnerships are above board and you're compatible and that you have shared values and shared ideas. Wow, another major arcana. Okay. We didn't have a lot of major arcana coming through last month. Major arcana are just kind of like big, like they're just a little bit bigger, and they're more meaningful, and they're deeper, and they speak to us in deeper ways. We have the Hermit, which again is about that wisdom. There is no reason for you not to trust yourself right now, Cancer. There is no reason for you to feel like misunderstood or anything like that. Okay, we're all different, we're all special, we're all unique. We're special and we're not special, right? We're all unique. And this is kind of something that really must be done for you. But what I like about the Hermit is his application. And because we have the action card and we have the Hermit card, because wisdom is knowledge in action, right? And he's a wise individual. So this is about wisdom, not just knowledge. It's not about, oh, I know. It's about, I know and I'm doing something about it. This is not about being idle or procrastinating. All right? This is about showing up powerfully for yourself in multiple ways and being wholehearted with it. There's a humility that also comes through with the Hermit. So even though I'm talking about, standing up and setting new rules and whatnot, this is not coming from a place of arrogance, and it is not coming from a place of ego. I think what this is coming from a place of service to your higher self more than anything. Because the more communicative you can be, the more direct you can be, the more honest, the more pure and innocent you can be, the more in alignment with your higher self that you can be. And we do want to be in alignment because there's so much that's trying to come in for you right now. So this is also about you getting out of your own way. And there's no pride here. I don't see pride. I don't see arrogance. The humility factor is coming through so strong. And I think it's because I think Gemini can be a very humbling archetype, because it's one of those moments when we realize how much there is to learn. And when we are in that more student energy, which I actually see my Hermit very much a student, not so much a master. When we are in that student energy, all the doors start to open. All of them. So whether you have career, now I'm not saying like specifics, like career or anything. That's the thing about major arcana. I can't get very specific with the major arcana. So whether it is financial goals or relationship goals, career goals, life path, family, health goals, whatever your goals are. This is your sign to humbly allow yourself to learn and watch as all those doors open up and watch as the information that you need in order to accomplish your goals starts rolling in. Because what I love about, I have a feeling this Two of Wands is going to show up in a lot of the readings. I've only done 2 readings so far, but so far it's shown up twice. So it's about the vision that you have. Now, if you're not clear on what kind of a vision you have for your life, and when I say the vision you have for your life, I don't mean specifically what career you want to work in or have. I don't mean exactly the amount of dollars you have in your bank account. Now, we all manifest differently, so some can be more specific than others, depending on, like if you're a human design person, you'll probably know a little bit more about that. But if you're but either way, whether you're specific or not, I think this is more like, what kind of life do you want to live? Do you want to lead? Do you want to have a relaxed life on a beach somewhere? Do you want to have a, international flying all over the place kind of lifestyle? Do you want to have a cabin in the woods? Do you want to live in a creative artsy place in downtown LA? Do you want to go live in the country on a farm? What is it that what is this lifestyle that you see? Because when you have that lifestyle that you see, it makes it easier to make decisions because, like, for example, let's say you want to go live in a farm in Vermont. Okay, well, probably you might not want to take that job in Atlanta then, right? Probably you're going to want to find a way to make a living in Vermont if that's what you want, right? or vice versa. So, it makes decision making easy. And when we have big choices like the Lovers, you want to make sure you have that alignment in place. So if you don't have that alignment in place, now is an excellent time to do that and think about it and really contemplate and say, what speaks to my heart the most? Because I think it's really hard for us to be lying to ourselves right now. Astrologically, we're just not in a place where it's very easy to deceive ourselves into believing one thing when our heart knows another. That's just not the case. Especially with all this Aryan energy that we've had, it's like impossible for us to not know what kind of lifestyle we want. Okay? And I look at the Six of Swords, and for me, the Six of Swords does bring a lot of peace. I feel like this is a peaceful evolution for Cancer. It's a moment of kind of leaving some tumultuous waters behind and being able to find something serene, something tranquil, something that does bring that sense that, yes, we are on track. And, we take with us these swords, but these swords are our lessons, and they are the wisdom that we have extracted from difficult experiences. And I also think these swords are the reason why we can be brave, because we have done it before. We have taken risks before. And as a cardinal sign, I do think cardinal signs, when they feel that push to take a risk, they can go for it. They can go for it like nobody else. You've got Aries on that midheaven there. You have this ability to build, Cancer. This ability to launch. And I feel like this is a very quiet and yet, like I say, potent launch for Cancer. So it may be behind the scenes for now. It might be quiet for now. It may be secret for now. But I kind of like, watch out, world. Cancer is onto something. Watch out, world. Cancer is putting something fierce into the world. They are creating. They are brewing. They're doing their mysterious witchcraft thing, and they've got a bunch of stuff in the cauldron right now. And eventually, that concoction is going to become something real and manifest, and it's going to be it's going to be strong, and it's going to have a strong impact in the world. And it may not be like this year, but there is something brewing for sure. For sure. Okay, let's see what else. We have the Three of Wands, Three of Swords, Ten of Wands. Okay. So the Three of Swords is both a driver in that our pain, our heartbreaks, our disappointments, again, swords that come with us in the Six of Swords. They're kind of the same swords. They kind of all come together. And I feel as though they are still impacting you enough that you take action, but they're not impacting you enough that you stagnate. But the determination to move away from that Three of Swords, again, is so strong. It's like you would literally do anything. Ten of Wands, you would literally carry anything on your back. You would work as hard as you need to work. You would dedicate everything you need to dedicate. You would commit everything you need to commit. You would put it all in. This is Cancer going all in on something. I don't know what it is, but you are going all in. There is a big shift. Like this actually feels really, really big. I don't know why, but like these cards are not very dramatic. I'll say that, but whatever it is you're doing on the inside, it's big. This commitment is potentially life-changing for you. I think the commitment's going to get stronger. You know, it is going to get stronger. It's going to get more and more real. Because right now it still feels very abstract. Look at the Lover's card. It still feels a little like intangible. And I think even for you, it still feels really intangible, like it feels far out. I don't think it is as far out as you think. And that's one thing I think you should know. It may take time, but it's not as far out as you think. It is not as far-fetched as you think either. If you're dealing with feelings of something being impossible, this may be a month where you get over that. And you start to be like, no, this is totally possible. Totally possible and within the realm of like actually doable to the point where I'm actually doing it. Okay? Because I think that you are, like I say, it's such a powerful commitment. This Ten of Wands is no joke, right? But it is meaningful and you are all in and you are going all in. And, but the thing is funny, Three of Wands, so it's like you're already calling it into you. It's already on its way with that Three of Wands. The ships are already coming in. But the thing with the Three of Wands is it's not here yet. And there's always a patience element. And the Hermit knows that. And the Hermit's okay with that because, of course, the Hermit is all about the process anyway. He's a processing card. So he's all about the process. And that's part of his wisdom as well, is understanding that that is the case. So we have this process happening. Ships are already coming in. You're already manifesting this Two of Wands lifestyle that you're wanting. And yet still that determinant, this is like the epitome of what like an Abraham Hicks would call like an inspired action, right? Is regardless of the metaphysical stuff and the subconscious work that you're doing and the self-concept work that you're doing, regardless of all of that, you are still going to be putting the pedal to the metal. You are still going to be really dedicated and still committed to pushing things forward, because that's how powerful that Three of Swords actually is. You don't want to feel that again. You don't want to go through that again. You don't want to be disappointed again, especially if you're the one that disappointed yourself. If that's the case, if you've disappointed yourself, I think this is going to be even that much more strong for you. And you don't want to be the cause of your own Three of Swords. And you also don't want to let anyone else have that power over you either. This is that, again, the epitome of like taking that power back. And you do that by showing out for yourself each day. So even though you know it's already coming and it's already coming to fruition, you're still kind of breaking your back a little bit in terms of making this happen. Now, I don't know that this is passionless, right? I think there's a lot of passion that comes through here. So this is not just you blood, sweat, and tears in drudgery. It's not what this is. This is fire. This is the element of fire, right? The wand. So there is passion here. There is caring, and I do think you care. This is something that matters to you. And I think it's something you can get excited about. And I think the reason why you are so determined to do this is because you are actually excited, because you anticipate these ships coming in. So don't be afraid to really just go for it. Don't be afraid to take the first step. Don't be afraid to do something that scares you, because I think there are going to be a lot of fears that surface throughout this, because you're like, am I ready? I don't really know. Can I do this? And you may be looking around trying to find some kind of validate. You don't need external validation, Hermit. Okay. You don't need external validation. You don't need someone else to give you the go ahead or tell you it's okay or whatever the case is. I mean, it's nice to have it, and I hope you get it from the loved ones around you, but don't sit around and wait for it in order to make your choices. You already know. Okay, you already know, plain and simple. So this is, I think, going to be an interesting comprehensive reading. So let's take a look at the comprehensive cards. So I'm going to pull out a whole bunch of new cards, and we're going to cover these in the comprehensive readings, another 25 to 30 minute reading. So we get a whole separate thing, and we go really in deep. So if you want to join, the link for that is in the description box in the comment thread down below. So go ahead and do that if you want. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Strength card. So what else does Cancer need to know about this Strength card? High Priestess, the Eight of Swords, and the Eight of Cups. Oh, we've got 3 8s. 8, 8, 8. And we've got the Star, beautiful, the King of Cups, and another 10 of Wands. I like the 10 of Wands. Okay. The Moon, more major arcana, King of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, excellent. I love when the Wheel of Fortune comes out with the 3 of Wands. It's one of my favorite combinations. Page of Swords, and a 9 of Wands. Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to go behind closed doors for some stuff. Knight of Wands and 5 of Coins. I feel like 5 of Coins and the 3 of Swords are connected. Queen of Wands, 9 of Swords, 7 of Swords. All those swords coming with you. But not in a bad way. Like I say, it's the wisdom. Beautiful Magician. 2 of Wands again. A lot of 2 of Wands. 10 of Coins. 4 of Wands. Death, Page of Swords. Page of Wands. And last but not least, Sea Ace of Cups. I knew it. It's still fulfilling. 10 of Wands may be a lot, but it's fulfilling. All right, and the Tower. Excellent. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up. So if you want to join Cancer for the comprehensive, again, another 25 to 30 minutes about all of these. So we go a little bit, we'll probably get more in detail because we have more regular cards. So we'll get a little bit more in detail for you. All right, thank you so much. Have a good month. Take care.